Good afternoon, everyone. We're fighting glaucoma, the leading cause of irreversible blindness worldwide, caused by abnormal fluid pressures that permanently damage the optic nerve. Our treatment starts with medications, lasers, and mixed procedures. And these work well for early-stage glaucoma, but for more advanced glaucoma, the type that causes blindness, it would be like trying to fight wildfires using a garden hose. And about 1 in 4 patients eventually require some or other bleb-forming surgery. And we perform over 1 million such surgeries every year. The problem with blebs is that they rely on an archaic and inherently flawed concept of shunting aqueous into an artificially created blister. But here it acts as a foreign body, resulting in a wall of scar tissue, the thing we call a bleb. But as we all know, all blebs are associated with unpredictable outcomes, complications, lifelong management hassles, and eventually failure. But until now, we just haven't had a better solution. So the QMAX device bypasses this inherent flaw by instead shunting aqueous into a natural fluid reservoir, the optic nerve subarachnoid space, already filled with a liquid identical to aqueous and pressure regulated by the body. And the advantages are game-changing. No bleb means no bleb-associated costs, complications, hassles, and failures. No foreign body reaction means unmatched and sustained intraocular pressure control. And the unique mechanism of action means that the QMAX is ideal for patients with ocular surface disease, refractory glaucoma, and normal tension glaucoma, all major markets in glaucoma. But to me, the most exciting thing about the QMAX is the fact that it not only lowers intraocular pressure, but solves another fundamental flaw in our management of glaucoma. It lowers it until translaminar pressure is completely eliminated, providing every eye with the individual IOP it needs to definitively prevent the progression of glaucoma. Okay, so all sounds very exciting, but how do we ensure that this becomes a global success? Well, we need to hit 4 key notes: efficacy, safety, user experience, and reimbursement. So let's have a look. This is our 2-year data in a group of patients with severe refractory glaucoma and without the use of any mitomycin C. And every patient had an IOP lowering of at least 50%. And if we compare it to our bleb-related competitors, we can see it lowered pressure from a baseline of 33 millimeters mercury to just 11 at 1 year, with a 100% success rate, outperforming even our current gold standard. Okay, so it seems like efficacy, check, but what about safety? Well, we actually had 75% less adverse events, thanks to the fact that there's no bleb-associated complications. And importantly, also no post-operative IOP-lowering interventions were required, unlike the blebs that required repeated needling, 5FU injections, and fiddling around with sutures and ripcords. Cool, okay, so the big question that people ask, what about the surgery? So we developed custom tools and a custom surgical approach which create a safe space for delivery of the device. And we've managed to get the surgery to around similar to a traditional bleb-forming surgery. But now we're working on a truly minimally invasive, sutureless, microendoscopic delivery system, which will enable physicians to combine the power of QMAX with the simplicity of MEGS. And we're calling it Maximally Effective Glaucoma Surgery, or MEGS. And then the last piece of the puzzle, what about reimbursement? Well, we'll be coming for those 1 million bleb-forming surgeries. And we'll be able to drive premium pricing because of our unique mechanism of action and long-term cost savings. And this will be able to increase surgeon remuneration and facility fees, which will increase uptake and maximize our revenue. We have a clearly defined regulatory and clinical pathway backed up by a robust patent portfolio, and our IP has other exciting applications outside of glaucoma, like direct drug delivery and neuroprotection to the optic nerve. I believe our team is at the cutting edge of glaucoma device innovation, and we have what it takes to not just get this over the line, but to potentially redefine the race. So we've now launched our pre-Series A round, which we'll be using to formalize our operations here in the United States, complete development of the endoscopic delivery system, and secure our IDE. And in future, we'll be open to strategic exits once the markets hopefully rebound for all of our sakes. Thank you very much, and don't forget to vote.